Alright guys, so this is the inside of your Linear Equations Foldable. And so the first thing it asks us is, what is slope-intercept form? So hopefully you remember this from Algebra 1 and from Algebra 2. But our slope-intercept form is y equals m times x plus b, where m is our slope, which is rise over run, and b is our y-intercept. Okay, and so in the following example, we are to identify the slope and the y-intercept and then graph the line below. So the number in front of x is our slope, so m is 1/4. So that means we will rise 1 and go to the right 4. Okay, and our y-intercept, our b, is, keep the sign with it, remember, is -3. And so whenever I go to graph this, I am going to start at the y-intercept, so I'm going to start at -3. And then since I have a slope of 1/4, that means I go up 1 and to the right 1, 2, 3, 4 and put my new point. And then I'm going to take these little things out here so I don't get those mixed up in there. And so I just kind of extend that pattern. So if I go the other direction, I'm going to go down 1 and left 4, put my point there, and then I'm going to put in a line that goes through there and goes through my 3 points. And so, and then I also want to make sure that I let's see. Sorry, I'm playing with some stuff here and I'm trying to figure out what I want it to do. Let's see. So we're going to go back and just add in my arrows because they didn't show up on there. So that is for slope-intercept form. If I want to do point-slope form, well, what is point-slope form? Point-slope form is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1, where the point x1, y1, okay, that's a point that is on my graph, and my slope is still m. Okay, so it is still my rise over the run. And so now I'm to identify the point and the slope and then graph the line below. So my point, now remember this is y minus y1, okay, so it was y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So if I'm looking at it, if this is a minus here, which it is, then whatever this number is. So my y value is +3, whereas here I have a plus sign, so that means that it was minus -1. So my x value is -1. So that's my point, and my slope is -2. And so whenever I go to do that, so I have slope is -2, and my x1, y1 is -1, 3. So I'm going to start at the point -1, 3. So to the left 1, up 3. And then I have a slope of -2, so that means I go down 2, and then to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1, or I could go backwards, up 2 to the left 1, and then I'm ready to draw in my line. And I have my line drawn through there, and make sure I have my arrows on both ends for my line. And so that's how I would graph that one. Then for the final one, what is standard form? So our standard form is a times x plus b times y is equal to c. Okay, where a, b, and c are integers, and A is positive. Okay, so in order to be in standard form, A has to be positive. So if I want to graph an equation that is in standard form, the first thing I need to do is make it look like one of the others, either point slope or slope intercept. And so the easiest one is going to be slope intercept. So I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And that leaves me with negative 2y is equal to 8 minus 3x. And then I can divide everything by negative 2. And so negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. So I have y is equal to 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. And here I have a negative divided by negative, so that makes that a positive 3/2 x. And if I want it actually in slope-intercept form, it's going to be y equals the 3/2 x minus 4. So my y-intercept is negative 4. My slope is 3/2. So I'm going to start at negative 4 on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the slope, I'm going to go up 3 to the right 2, up 3 to the right 2, up 3 to the right 2. Get my points, and then draw in my line. And I have drawn my line. And then make sure I put my arrows on both ends so that it's actually a line and not a ray or a line segment. And that is how you do these. So when we're looking at linear equations, those are the three forms and how you would graph them. Alright, now you'll have another video for your parallel lines and perpendicular lines.